All right, can you see the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think when we were studying the assembling of necessary inputs, we missed one of the slides. Did we cover the input requirements? I think we did not cover the input requirement. Can somebody check? We'll go through this once again and then we'll move on to the fifth unit, which is the sources of funds. Input requirements.
Ma'am, we will read this.
Can you repeat once? What did you say?
Ma'am, we can read this by ourselves only.
Okay. Yeah, this is very simple. These are just the requirements or the input that is usually required in every kind of business. Okay. So just go through it. I'll explain if there is any confusion or anything. I'll explain it again. Okay. Okay. We'll start with sources of finance today. I have uploaded some of the notes on Moodle. Please check. Okay, I'll show it to you here. So studying, right? After formulating and evaluating the project, the next step is to draw out a financial plan to meet project costs. The financial plan should deal with two important aspects: determining or determination of total amount of capital required for tapping up the project, and deciding about the composition of capital or financing mix. Okay, so when we have decided or we have processed the entire idea, everything, um, after creation of the business plan, or during the creation of business plan, the most important point that we need to discuss upon is the finance that is required. How much capital is required in for doing the business, and from what sources we will contribute that capital. Now, finance mix is a technique where we create a mixture of various amounts of finances from various sources that are available to us. Okay, like marketing mix, you may have studied. Marketing mix is a set of four elements that determine whether your marketing techniques are or marketing strategy is doing well or not. Okay, so finance mix is similar to that, but here we create a mixture of the various sources of finance and the amount of capital that is borrowed from each source. So deciding about the composition of capital or financing mix. The basic purpose of a well thought out, not throughout, thought out financial plan to suggest an appropriate capital structure with right quantum of capital, which will minimize the cost of funds obtained from different sources and minimizes the value of the firm. Hence, it is part of financial analysis of study to study the various sources of finance available to the project, and suggest an appropriate capital structure with adequate amount of capital. Okay, so what is the main purpose of creating a finance mix? We have to plan the capital or the investment of capital or the acquisition of capital, because it is a very crucial point. Why? If we do not use the right kind of or the right source of capital, it will further lead to unnecessary cost, and we do not want unnecessary cost, because it will increase the cost, and that cost will be further added to the ultimate product, okay, the price of the product, and it will cut down the profit margin. All right. So the basic purpose of a well thought out financial plan is to suggest an appropriate capital structure with right quantum of capital, which will minimize the cost of the funds obtained from different sources and minimizes the value of maximizes the value of the fund. Hence, it is part of the financial analysis to study the various sources of finance available to the project and suggest an appropriate capital structure with adequate amount of capital. Okay. Then, when we come to the sources, the sources are divided into two heads or two types. There are short-term financing sources and long-term financing sources, or we can say long-term sources of finance and short-term sources of finance. So under long term, first is equity share sources. The equity share are the main source of finance, and it is contributed by the owners of the company. Okay, so equity, you may have already studied in other subjects as well, that equity shares give right to ownership. Equity capital provides the strength to the financial structure of the company. In the case of a new company, the promoters must contribute to equity shares first when the balance of shares is issued to the public. Limited liability and voting rights are the two important features that confirm special privileges on equity shareholders to restrict their liabilities and at the same time keep full control over the company. However, the cost of equity will be very high for their expectations, will be as they provide risk capital to the venture. Equity capital represents permanent capital, and there is no liability for repayment, no fixed obligation as to dividend or interest is created. So equity share basically provides you with ownership share or ownership capital, means it is the capital contributed by the owners of the company. Okay. It gives the person who is contributing or the contributor certain rights, okay, as they have provided the risk capital for the business. Risk capital means they are not only shareholders in profit, but they also share losses of if any of the company. Then preference shares confer on preference shares. Now we do not want to get into too much detail. Okay, so preference shares confer on preference shareholders two rights. First is to receive the preference dividend and get back capital on priority basis. Investors who like to earn a limited but steady return on their capital prefer preference shares investment. A company can issue different types of preference shares as redeemable preference shares, cumulative, participating, etc. These kinds confer special rights on preference shareholders as regards the repayment of capital, payment of dividend, and payment of surplus at the time of liquidation. So preference shareholders only get a share in profit. No, they do not. They're not responsible for bearing the losses of the firm. Okay. Then debentures. Debentures are very commonly used to creditorship securities. Different types of debentures are issued to mobilize the debt capital from the public. They are secured and carry fixed percentage of interest. Registered debentures, redeemable debentures, convertible debentures, mortgage or secured debentures, ordinary debentures, etc. Are a few types of debentures. From investors' point of view, debentures are less risky and contribute a regular income. Debentures with fixed rate of interest enable the company to take advantage of financial leverage or trading off on equity. The shareholders can retain control and earn more income on their investment. The cost of debt is very low because the interest on debentures is a tax deductible expense. So debentures are also part of ownership, but they also contribute a permanent source of income for the investor, the one who has invested the money in the business. They also do not bear any kind of losses. Then there are term loans. So depending on the term or depending on number of years for which you are borrowing the loan, you can get a loan from any bank or financial institutions. Then retained earnings are reinvested capital. Whatever we have earned in the past year, a part of that profit is reinvested into the business for its growth. Okay. Then deferred credits. So sometimes suppliers of machinery provide deferred credit facility under which payment for the machinery may be made over a period of time. So credit facility usually is given to the producer by the supplier, in which you can make a payment on a later date. Then capital subsidy and development loans. Central government provides capital subsidy to industries set up by in notified backward areas. Many state government or state development agencies also provide development loans or sales tax loans and state capital subsidies. So subsidy is I have explained subsidy in the previous classes as well. So subsidy is a part of any expense that is borne by the producer, which the government agrees to pay on the buyer's behalf, so that in order to promote the business. Okay, so various departments of central government as well as state government provides these kind of subsidies and also development loans for encouraging the growth of the enterprise. Then unsecured loans and deposits. So a lot of financial institutions and even venture capitalists or investors, private investors as well, are offering businesses to take loans from them. Okay, unsecured loans are normally provided by the promoters to fill the gap between the promoter contribution required by the financial institutions. Okay, so these are the basic sources of long-term finance that can be used by any business. Now, as we are too further away in our syllabus, we will not go any further because we have to complete the number of classes. So we'll cover this in the next class. Okay, please go through the file that I just showed you on, this one. Okay, the sources of finance, please go through them I show you what you have to see in this.